Hey yo, what's up? You know what it is. It's the one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. live on TGO Ref TV, and I'd like to welcome you guys back to another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On. And yo, RWBY Volume 5, Chapter 4, Lighting the Fire. And things were set on fire. So much you could say, burn it down! Shout out to my boy Seth Rollins. Look, things were on fire. So how about we discuss the things that were on fire? And we could actually do this from starting from the beginning of the episode and making our way to the end of it. Yang finally learned something. Like, Yang is back. Don't get me wrong, though. But her in that fight, though, it proved that whatever it was that Tae-Yang tried to get into her, even though she still has those little tremors because she's still getting used to her bionic arm, is she handled like fitting dudes, right? Like it was nothing. But you also have to understand, Yang Xiaolong, a trained huntress, whole bunch of people part of her mommy's clique gang, you know, they probably wouldn't have stood a chance. Is that in that fight, we see a whole different Yang than we've never seen before. She didn't hop straight into her semblance. She didn't do anything crazy like that. She handled the fight, you know what I'm saying? She handled that business like it was nothing at all. Nothing at all. And I have to say, as a fan, I am definitely proud to see growth in characters. Because I'm like, yo, that fight was legit. She's sitting up here like they busting shots. She's sitting up her Wonder Woman shotgun bullets like pink. Sitting up her boom, boom, boom. Just sitting up her just all over the place. I'm like, if you ever needed proof of character growth in RWBY, that fight proved it. And Yang is going to give us a little bit more character growth later in this episode, but I've got to say, when shows do it right, they do it correctly, and that fight was the pure example of understanding that our Yang Xiaolong has grown up a little bit. That she learned something that, hey, sometimes all it takes is you losing an arm for you to understand that you need to keep your cool and your calm. And it's like, and don't let your emotions overflow. You don't become too dependent on your semblance. Just go out there, do what you do and handle business. She was sitting up there doing stuff. I'm like, off subject, I'll say this. I don't know how much this is going to be part of Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, but understanding that Yang handling business like that and Arc System Works could be getting ideas from this, I'm very excited for what Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle has to offer when Yang joins the roster, so I cannot wait. I cannot wait. But we got more Yang for you later because we've got a nice little special thing to discuss when we get to the end of our episode. But speaking of the middle of our episode, we back in Ship Gang, you know what I'm saying? Roll Soul, they up here having a training battle. And it's like, Asuka and RWBY were getting at each other. It's like, for somebody who don't really know how to fight hand to hand, like RWBY was doing work, but it's like she was using her semblance, but it's part of her hand to hand combat, which is what you expect. Because it's like the girl go extra fast. So it's like for her to be able to control her semblance like that is a stark improvement for my hand-to-hand combat from when she had none before. But I'm thinking that you're a huntress, you can at least throw a decent punch. So she was giving Asuka the business. And then Asuka, you know what I'm saying? Asuka equally, you know what I'm saying? Starting to level up a little bit because it's really going to start getting interesting when it's more Asuka in control than less Ozpin in control. And it's like, that's when you really gonna see like what's up with Asuka. Because again, we are talking about Asuka, the former of the Niglets, and we don't know what he can really do. All we know is that he shares half a soul with a gangster like Ozpin. That's all we know. So whatever it is Asuka can really do is completely and utterly separate from what Ozpin does, whatever that is, and we still don't know. I'm like, we 5 volumes into this, and we really not sure what Ozpin's semblance is. Like, and if he had a semblance and ever used it in a way that visualized it, then I've been watching 5 volumes and completely missed it. Like, you know what? I'm at where Glinda. Ain't nobody heard from my girl Glinda in a minute. Ain't nobody heard from her since the fall of Beacon. Like, where is my girl? It's been 2 volumes. Ain't nobody heard from my girl Glenda Goodwin. You might know where she at. Nobody knows. But I figured I'd bring that up, give you something to think about. The thing is, though, when Osmond took control, handled RWBY like you expected. You got to take that L. You got a lot of work to do. And luckily for them, they have Osmond and Crow there to teach them how to put this work in, because, again, the heroes are on a clock right now. A clock that they are not even aware of in a way that they need to be aware of it. It's like we talked about it last week down there in Menagerie. You think that boy Gira and the squad, they got numbers on him? Nah. You really think that you stole a scroll and they got that information on it and you gonna believe that information? Planted information. So Salem and crew can strike anytime they want to. We gonna talk about Raven and her squad in a minute. And it's like you have, again, like I said before, and I've been saying these past couple of chapters, you have all of these different chess games being played at the same time. But all these chess games, it's like, I guess a wrestling metaphor would really be, for anybody who watches wrestling, would be the old WCW pay-per-view World War III, where there are three different battle royals happening at the same time with 20 men in each ring, and as more and more get eliminated, they reduce the rings. They reduce the rings until it's one, and then somebody wins. That is the only metaphor I could come up with this quickly because it was in my head, yes. The thing is that, like I said, this show has a whole bunch of different chess games going on, but it's the same chess game, which is weird. You are playing a whole bunch of different games of chess at the same time, but they're the same game of chess, but no one really knows we're all playing the same game of chess, which is weird. But not weird, because there's somebody in this mix right now, and I'm just spitballing this, that understands that there is more than one chess game going on, and they have the upper hand, whoever that may be. More likely than not, that character is Salem, because she the only one that has any reason to know that there's any chess game going on. So because I'm holding off about what Raven is on real quick, because we have to talk about the events leading into when Raven actually makes an appearance, to talk about her thoughts on a chess game that may or may not exist. The end of the day, though, it's like the rest of that scene with the Ranger Squad and Oscar the Neglet Farmer and Uncle Crow, who was not seen at all, is that they sitting up here like, they just like, come on, Oscar, homie, cheer up, man. Like, we don't know what your semblance is yet, but you'll get to it, we promise. And then John like, man, I ain't got no semblance, man. I like this girl, but she's dead now, I'm sad. I'm like, when John gets his semblance, is going to be an event. Like, they talked about it in the episode about like how everybody else got their semblance. It's like, remember, RWBY just one day figured out she could go really, really fast. It took the powers of Boop for Ren to get his semblance, because see, he had to protect the other half of Boop. You know, you thought I forgot about Boop? Nope. Boop is the best ship in the show, and if you don't believe, you can kiss my ass. And then, you know, Nora, she got struck by lightning. So you have all these different things in play, especially when it comes to semblance. And Ren talked about it too. Like, semblance are representations of yourself, or you are the representation of your semblance, or neither. So there's a lot of dynamics going on, especially when we talk about Oscar and we talk about John, about when their semblance is going to come to be. I really don't think this is going to be the volume where John is really going to step up and shine. It's going to be Oscar's time, and it's got to be his time quickly, because he got a whole lot going on. A whole lot going on. You sharing your soul with somebody else. You went from farming nigglets to being responsible for saving the world. You got a lot on your plate. So I really think that Oscar getting himself into a real situation for real is what's gonna bring his semblance to light. And it's like John is gonna be a little different, because it's gonna be do or die for him. It's gonna be a situation that the squad can't get out of, and whatever his semblance is gonna be the thing that overcomes that, and then he gonna learn to harness it. That's just how I feel how that's gonna run and that's going to play out. So we'll see though. We got a lot more chapters to go in this volume, and anything can happen. I could be completely wrong about this whole situation, and they can get their semblance next episode. Who knows? But a great battle is coming, and everybody need to be on their P's, Q's, R, S's, and T's. Like the one in the Young Trip of the G.O.D. Yeah, I got that rhyme. See, got that. Regardless, we have one more scene to take care of. Well, after Yang whooped 20 dudes' asses for no reason, well, all the reason, because they thought she like, yo, they're gonna take my gal bike, so of course she gonna sit up and handle business. They sitting up there battered and bruised, and they walk her to Raven. In that other scene before it ended, Wayne sits up her and mentions like, yo, that's mom's. You know what I'm saying? She said her like straight, that's mom's. So Raven, Raven and Yang finally meet, because the last time we saw Raven, like, and we understood, and it's like, because okay, hold on, because I just had my words and just forgot. Here we go. Let's try that one more time. I don't know if you guys remember so long ago when Bay was fighting other Bay, Neo, right? And we saw somebody come out of portal and handle Neo, right? That was Raven. We knew that. But this scene explains, like, after they go through the whole mom and daughter rigmarole of, oh, you finally came to join me, ain't that right, daughter? Oh, hell no, I'm not coming to join you because you can kiss my ass, mom, because you're not my friend. But you're going to do me a favor anyway. What's that, dear? You're going to use the portal and take me to RWBY because that's where Uncle Crow is, and you going to do it now. I don't see myself doing that, daughter. You need to chill out, hang with us. You know what I'm saying? You can run with the squad. No, I want you to take me to RWBY now. Because it's like, Raven makes the legitimate point of, if you use all this energy to find me, you could have used that same energy to find RWBY. But then Yang with the counterpoint of, why would I need to do all that when you can take me directly where I can get to go with no guessing, no guesswork, no BS. So, counterpoint for counterpoint. So, we got that going so far. And it's like, Yang sitting up her big talking at her own mom. But it's like, well, Raven's been absentee. A deadbeat mother. Well, deadbeat for what she would probably consider a legitimate reason of the whole, well, you know, I got the Spring Maiden on my side and all this old stuff, and I got this whole clique with me, and we rolling straight gangster, and we gonna do whatever we want, because all we do is move, and we ain't trying to with the government, so you can go kiss my ass. So that's Raven for you, right there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, Yang don't care. Yang just want to get to her sister. But in all of this, something very important happens. Remember White Sneak? Remember her? You know, girl, ice, what did I call it? Oh, yeah, the Ice Strider hear you. Yeah, Ice Strider hear you. Yeah, we figured out she could have broke out the cage the whole time. But once she realized Yang in the building, like, Yang finna get into this big giant fight, White joins her, you know what I'm saying? So the clique is back together. And then for all my Freezer Burn fans, you know what I'm saying? The ship was in the building. Like the ship was like toot toots. And like all the Freezer Burn stands were like, oh, Freezer Burn. See, I always take care of you. Ship gang, you know what I'm saying? I'm like ship gang man. I mean, the leader of ship gang, that's me. I love all the ships, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a belief that one ship is better than the other, but yo, just smack champagne bottles on all the ships and let them run free. Run free! That's some shit. I don't know. Look. We are at this point, regardless non-fight take place, Raven like, I'll take you to her. But there's something you might want to know first. So, this is the main thing I really want to get at a little bit before we get up out of here. Because it's like when I heard Raven say that, it brought up an interesting point, if you don't mind me. The truth. This is real life right now, because I'm going to bring some real life into this show real quick. What is the truth? Right? What is the truth? It's like there's the truth. There's your version of the truth. There are lies. There are white lies. It's like it gets muddled. You really have to wonder, legitimately wonder, what is Raven's truth? And that's the question we going into next episode with. Because she can get Yang and Weiss in there after they Freezer Burn hug, you know what I'm saying, ship gang proper, and tell them anything. Because she made the point of, I trusted Crow, I trusted Ozpin, and we paid the price. But what is the truth? Again, there is the illusion of the truth. That's a lie. There's the truth for what it is. There's the truth. There's your interpretation of the truth. And that may be how much truth is in there versus the lies that you combine for it to be your own truth. And then they're just lying flat out. You really got to wonder, what is Raven's truth? You've got to wonder that, because as someone who is not a good person, a deadbeat mother, and we can go on and on and on down the list, is what can you legitimately believe out this woman's mouth? Because you got a whole Jim Jones cult running with you. You got the Spring Maiden running with you. So you done told them something that done got their attention. But what did you tell them? We may never know that. But we are going to get some nice little backstory. And we're going to sit up here as fans and sit up here and give you something to think about when you watch the next episode of what is the truth that we wish to tell ourselves and tell others. We've heard a whole lot of interpretations of the truth over 5 volumes of what this is and what this isn't, and why this is and why this ain't, and why we couldn't tell you this until now, and so on and so forth. And RWBY has been filled with it. But it's important character growth for Raven and Yang to be in the same room at the same time. Regardless of how strained their relationship might be, we remember, we talked about it earlier in this review. Raven saved Yang from getting that ass walloped by Neo. That's a thing that happened. So she cared about her damn daughter. That much is true. But you've got to wonder. You've got to legitimately wonder, what is the truth, and what is this interpretation of the truth that Raven is going to try to sell her daughter? We're going to have some fun with that. But I'd like to thank you guys for joining me for another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks on live on Team GRF TV, of course. Shout out to Freezer Burn, all you Freezer Burn fans. Get you working. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations. That hug changed your life. I know it did. That hug and that embrace, and then the Ice Strider Hear You Titan just fading away as they hugged. I missed you, Yang. I missed you too. And I was like, I get it, all right? I get it. You can have that one. That's on the house, all right? I don't know what it's going to be, but this is going to get interesting. Like, I am very interested, because we just spent a couple minutes talking about, like, what's really good with that girl Raven, because That's So Auntie Raven, guest starring Uncle Crow, what's really good. You thought I wasn't going to go back to that joke? Nope, That's So Auntie Raven, dog. What's up? Mommy Raven. Well, is she really Yang's mom? You know what I'm saying? After she mom, deadbeat, all that. Who knows? Y'all get up out of here. We got plenty of work coming this week. We got plenty of work coming this week. Work gonna be a little short, but I got some catch-up work coming, so just watch for the work. Now scram, beat it, get out of here. The one and the only, the triple the G.O.D. That is, of course, me. And I'd like to thank you for joining me for another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks on live on Team GRF TV. And with that being said, I'll holler at you guys next time, man. Peace out.